That's here'swhatyoudO.net. One last time, it's here'swhatyoudO.net. Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
Ron Paul is coming up in the two final segments. Congressman Ron Paul talking about this whole world government announcement and his auditing the Fed hearings that are going on. Key information on that front. But Jason Burmis is going to be live 9 to midnight Central. If it's not on your local AM and FM.
6 to 9, Alex.
That's right. I used to be, yeah. What time did I say?
9 to midnight.
That's when I used to be on as a rebroadcast. You're going to be on 6 to 9. Got it backwards there. And so when this show ends, you'll be able to hear that. And they're going to have Luke back on. We're going to have Rob Dew also on if he wants to stay and do that. And we'll have Luke Radowski back on to tell more of the story. But you were telling the story about when you were in jail, they would come watch you use the bathroom and make jokes.
Yeah, they would take 2 escorts to walk you to the porta potty outside because I guess you weren't good enough to use the inside facilities. And then they would leave the door open. And then one of them would sit there and make cracks at you. You know, they would make...
Well, no, because these are people that couldn't get a job in the real world. These are the sadists. These are the people that were torturing puppy dogs out back when they were a kid that nobody liked. I'm not saying all of them, but when you see police dogs attacking old women in broad daylight in Pittsburgh because they're out shopping with shopping bags, it's not right to do this to old women. And you know, they do these police drills at public schools where they unannounced come in and say terrorists are attacking to screw up their minds. I mean, it's just the government's big and out of control and is robbing us blind. Luke, tell us what happened to you in jail once they arrested you.
I mean, they sent us in these buses. I mean, there's people next to me bleeding from the side of their faces, bleeding everywhere from being batoned. I had 2 people sitting next to me on the bus bleeding. Other people wanted to use the bathroom. They were not allowed to see the medic for 4 to 5 hours. People soiled their pants because they couldn't use the bathroom. There were soldiers there from Iraq that were arrested with us that said that the Iraqi prisoners get better treatment than this. If they want to use the bathroom...
No one is as low as an American.
They let them use, they let the medic let them see them. But these people, we were treated such horribly, and we were sent to this detention center that was run by the National Guard and the Army. The FBI was there taking everybody's information down, and they had so many people who were there that they couldn't process everybody, and they just sat us up. I mean, the way we were treated worse than prisoners. These military guys were coming up to us saying, "Stand up straight, look at the wall, don't speak, don't say a single word." They were treating us like we were like not even human beings. And
we had handcuffs on the entire time.
Yeah,
that's right. In violation of the Geneva Convention, they kept you in handcuffs.
Exactly. And then I had these plastic handcuffs on. I was asking these guys, please loosen them. One of the police officers ran up, I think it was a National Guardsman even, and tightened them all the way. I couldn't feel my fingers. I told those guys I had a bad shoulder.
They can't wait to get our guns. They can't wait to take our kids.
Bent me over and twisted my shoulder as far as they could, and they messed it up really bad. And it was just horrible the way they were just speaking and treating us. I mean, there were some guys that heard my message, were coming up to me, patting me on the back, saying, "Good job, I'm sorry you have to be here. And, this was not my decision. These guys are just telling us what to do, but I'm really sorry."
Well, let's be clear, Luke. The military was in charge. The FBI was in charge. They announced that they were running the Threat Integration Center. And we just tried to go interview the spokesman Wednesday night, and they let us leave and then called and said we were terrorists. And
we fled the scene.
And not only that, they tried to entrap us. Okay, they called up Douglas saying that they were Alamo and we were going to get 2 free days for the car. No. They wanted him to come in with the car so they could detain us.
Well, no, he admitted that on the phone. I called the policeman who did it, and he said, well, we do ruses all the time. We think you may be terrorist. And I said, so because we went to where they said the spokesman was. This is, I mean, folks, this is secret police. They're everywhere. It's called Northcom. They're now all over the country from coast to coast. The YouTube videos are pouring in. Army, Marines, National Guard running checkpoints, searching kids at high school basketball games. I mean, they're getting us ready for total takeover, Luke.
Crazy thing is, they sat me up in a section, and then they were taking me out, and they were taking me on the bus to state prison for some reason. It was me and Lee from We Are Change Chicago that were sent on this bus. And as we're going on this bus, you know, there's these people in these black uniforms, not with the National Guards. I'm like, who are you guys with? Are you guys with Blackwater? He's like, yeah, you should thank Blackwater, because if you didn't have Blackwater, you wouldn't have any freedom. I'm like, what are you talking about? Blackwater rapes little women and children in Iraq. And they're like, you're crazy. They threw me in the bus, shoved me in the bus. We went all the way down to the bus to the state prison. Me and Lee from We Are Change Chicago, we got targeted, and everybody else was staying there. We were the ones facing charges. Everybody was released without a charge, without a court date. They sent us to the state prison. We go into the state prison. It looked like a scene out of Nazi Germany. These Gestapo cops coming in there with their batons, pointing it right in my face as I'm sitting there for like 10, 20 minutes. They take me out, strip search me, go through every little thing that I have, went through everything, treating us, pushing us around, not even, you know, guiding us, but shoving us everywhere we were supposed to go, shoving us against
because
the
you're
wall.
an American that stands up to the foreign bankers. And in closing, Luke, you'll cover this more 6 to 9 with Jason Burmas tonight. We can even have you co-host if you want. The point here is that this is total federalization. This is what they have in store for the American people. The government has gone rogue, and they declared martial law across the city and attacked women with police dogs. I mean, this is just the height of sickeningness.
Alex, everywhere I went, when they threw me in the jail, they had these people that were interviewing us for the judge, and they're like, yo, you're that guy on TV. We saw you on Channel 2 and Channel 7 and NBC Nightline News. And then everybody there was like, yeah, that's that guy. That's him right there. And everybody I encountered knew the message we were trying to get out.
Well, let me say something about Blackwater. I got a call from the G20 security Friday. I talked to him, didn't know, call the number. It was a police number. Never wrote a report because I was busy finishing Fall of the Republic. And then what ended up happening is we posted the article from Raw Story. Drudge also did. G20 said those are secret officers in police uniforms. They were hired. And now the MO is those were some type of Blackwater. And we know they used Blackwater to raid marijuana dispensaries in California. You're about to say something?
Yeah, the first day we were there and the first day we encountered any of the actual riot police, there was a gentleman in a USMC dressed up like a construction worker. And I noticed him around, and I was like, well, he's got this walkie-talkie. He looks like he might be secret police. So then, just turning another corner, probably 2-3 hours later that I'd seen him, I see him again. And I filmed him, and I filmed his red truck and the license plate. While me and Rob Dew were at the facility awaiting to talk to a spokesperson, 5 other red trucks, the same exact make and model as the one that gentleman had, come rolling out of the...
Oh, yeah, we've been to urban warfare drills where they have the Marines and Army in plain clothes. And again, you go, can I talk to your media person? You're on a terror list for the rest of your life. I mean, these people are sick. They hate this country. They think we're Iraq, and they literally will do to us and our women what they've done to the Iraqis, killing over 1 million of them. This government is rogue and criminal. Guys, Ron Paul's coming up, but in 30 minutes, Luke's going to be back on with Jason Burmas. If it's on our local AM and FM, 6 to 9, Infowars.com on the audio and video streams at prisonplanet.tv. Great job, all of you. Great job, Luke Radowski. We'll see you then, Luke. Good job.
Thank you so much. Really
you bet. WeAreChange.org.
I got a court case Wednesday. We need all your help and support to get through this and fight for the First Amendment.
We're out of time for this segment. You're going to be back up when the next show comes on. I wanted to throw this out, too, before we ended this interview, this live interview, and go to Congressman Ron Paul. My new film, Fall of the Republic, details how this is criminal, how a criminal group of bankers